trustees of Bhavnagar on one common platform. TIE offers a comprehensive knowledge base to teachers with its various events with best of speakers at the doorsteps of Bhavnagar. Even the most competent educators are benefiting from TIE events. So now I would like to introduce our today's host, Ms. Pooja Jaiswal. She is a teacher at Amar Jyoti Saraswati International School, Bhavnagar Territory Head of ECA, committee member of TIE, and a successful educator for past 20 years. So now not wasting so much time, I would ma'am to introduce our speaker. Over to you, Pooja ma'am.
Thank you so much, Jalpa ma'am. So this is my privilege here that I'm going to read out and introduce Asma ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am, and good afternoon to all the delegates over here.
Good
So I have
afternoon.
a very,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you. I have a very inspiring profile, and I was just reading, and I was so overwhelmed reading such a huge profile. So it would be my privilege, to introduce today's speaker. So Asma ma'am is been teaching from past 20 years, and ma'am herself is educated from Dubai with BSc in life sciences, MA psychology, B.Ed, PhD, literacy and reading is ongoing, and ma'am is a Montessori in early childhood and care, diploma in professional development center certified in all micro credentials, teaching professional Olympiad, that is TPO, with a national rank holder. So ma'am is a TH of APER, Telangana and Jammu Kashmir. Ma'am is also specialized in early childhood as a Montessori teacher. She is a curriculum planner and she has trained teachers with nearly hundreds of workshops. And ma'am is also an author of a phonic book, Let's Read, which is a total guide for teachers and parents. She runs a community project called Kirdar. This was very, appealing to me, and I was really reading it very carefully, which promotes character development and global values in children, which is most needed in an Islamic context. So, ma'am, we are very pleased and we are fortunate to have you today with us. And
Thank you.
yes, so it's
Thank you.
overall to you, ma'am, Asma, ma'am, and we are eager to listen to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pooja. It's a pleasure to be here. I hope I'm audible. You can hear me? You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
everyone is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. So thank you so much for inviting me today. It's a great pleasure to be at least virtually with Bhavnagar and with the audience in Gujarat. It's a great pleasure. And today we are going to talk about building confidence in children. And it's a topic which is close to my heart because I'm a school leader. And I see a lot of parents and a lot of people, and I do a lot of counseling, and it's always a hot topic and a priority with most of the parents. So I hope I'm able to share a few thoughts with you that you can take home, and you will have some takeaways from today's session. So give me just a minute, I'll share my screen. So yes, thank you very much for the introduction, Pooja. This is my introduction a little bit. And we are going to, I think, dive into building our topic today, building self-confidence in children. First of all, let's start with why self-confidence at all? What is the need for being confident? I wish this was an interactive session where I could listen to your responses, but unfortunately, I'm asking the question and I'm giving the answer myself because we cannot have it interactive, but I will give you at least half an hour to ask questions towards the end of the session. I think all of us as parents, as teachers, we want our students, our children to be successful in life, right? And one of the key things that if you ask anybody, what does success mean to you? What is success? What is success in schooling? If I say this school is very good, or if I say this teacher is really good, her students, the ones who are with this teacher are, excellent, then what is it that makes one school stand out from the rest of them? What is it that makes one teacher stand out amongst her colleagues? What is it that makes, some parents or a group of children stand out amongst the other children? And I think without a doubt, all of us will say that it is the confidence of the children that speaks volumes. It is the confidence of the children that stands out. Whenever you are in a school and you go and meet the children of the school, the number of students who come out there and greet you, or who talk to visitors, who talk to guests, when you go to an annual function, when you go for functions in their school or events, I think the success of a school is measured with how confident the children are in presenting whatever they're doing, whatever events they're doing. And that is the key underlying sort of hidden curriculum of a school, right? So having self-confidence, building self-confidence in children, and making that as a school culture is a very, very important phenomena which goes without doubt, right? So before we start into this topic, I'm a Montessori trained person. I'm a Montessori teacher. So I'm a great follower of Maria Montessori. And she has said that this is one of her very famous quotes, that the most important period of life is not the age of university, but the first one, the period from birth to 6 years old. And it is almost as if everything that happens in a person's life, all your inhibitions, all your character development, all your personality, the values that you have, somehow everything is linked to your childhood. Not somehow, we know how it is, but it is definitely linked to your childhood. So this is the most important period of a person's life, which kind of forms the foundation or the base for the future. And it is needless to say that when you are talking about building confidence in children, when we are talking about making successful children, the whole game starts from birth to 6 years. And this is the time when we have to really do things right and make sure that the children under our care are very self-confident, right? So what is confidence? Confidence is believing in yourself and your abilities, knowing your strengths and recognizing your weaknesses. Confidence is saying that I can instead of I can't. So whenever you are, whenever, imagine a small child, okay? Imagine your own children. When you take them to the playground for the first time, for example, the children have been in the pandemic for such a long time, right? They have been inside the house. They have not met anybody. They're not playing with anybody. They're not going out. What do you think is happening to their confidence? Have you noticed a difference? I'm sure you must have, because when you are alone, when you are in a closed quarters, when there is no interaction, when there is nothing to do, even not just children, even adults' confidence goes kind of low, because on one hand, people like teachers, maybe our confidence has gone high because we did not think that we can use technology. I'm talking about myself, the amount of technology, like everybody else, that I have used in the past year, I have never used in my life, right? I always avoided things. I avoided Zoom calls. I avoided learning technology. But now, when we are faced with it and we have to learn it, we are more confident than ever in using technology. But the same thing is not there with children. Maybe with technology, yes, but in other areas, they might not be so confident. So confidence is when you have faith in your own abilities, and you have people around you who gently keep telling you, it's okay, you can do it. So when I start feeling as a person, I can do it, then it leads to confidence. Okay. Confidence is also very dependent on parents or teachers who have a growth mindset. And when you have a growth mindset as an adult and you are surrounded with children who are looking up to you and to see the way that you behave, to see the way that you tackle problems, to see how you tackle hurdles, then they automatically pick things from you. So even as a parent, if you are a parent at home and you are working from home, suppose I'm a teacher, I'm working at home and I have small children. And whenever I have to do a class, I keep saying, oh, I can't do this. What is this nonsense? When will this pandemic get over? I hate taking online classes. I hate using technology. Please, can you make my PowerPoint for me? Please, can you do this for me? I can't do it here. I can't make PowerPoints. I don't know how to make things fly in. I don't know how you do this. Mujhse hota hi nahi. I cannot do it. When you are using this kind of language in front of children, you are not saying anything to the child. You're saying it to yourself, or maybe you're saying it to your husband or to your mother-in-law or people in the houses. But the child who is near you is watching you. The child who is near you is listening to you. He can hear you. And from you, he's learning how you tackle things. So if you as an adult don't have a growth mindset, if you as an adult are not willing to learn, are not willing to try, are not willing to practice, then the children around you will be the same, right? And this pattern of thinking, this pattern of growth mindset, it starts from a very young age. It starts from toddler age. When you are a small baby, it starts from that time. And if you don't allow your children to take risks, if you don't allow your children to overcome their fears, if you keep pampering them and saying, no, no, beta, don't do this, you'll fall down. No, no, don't go here. No, no, don't climb from there. No, no, don't use a knife. No, no, don't carry it. This is glass, you will break it. So when you don't let the children take risks, or when you don't let children overcome their fears and you say, nahi, he cannot do this, wo darta hai, usko chhod do. Or you say, no, 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 please don't let her go. No, I'll be with her. She's scared of the dark. So you are encouraging their shortcomings. You are encouraging their lack of confidence. What instead you should do is you should allow them to take the risk. Carry this glass of water. It is glass. You are going carefully. I'm sure you can take it to the kitchen. Go keep it carefully on the kitchen. आप पहले से यही सोच लोगे कि he's going to drop the glass and break it. So he's going to drop the glass and break it. So we should let the children take small risks. Let the children build their confidence. And this is how you build confidence, even at home, by saying you can do it instead of saying you can't do it, right? I think self-confidence is directly linked to your self-esteem and a sense of self-worth. Having self-esteem means feeling confident about yourself and accepting who you are. And I have often seen parents, when they talk to their children, even if they come for a parent-teacher meeting, I'm assuming that all of you are teachers in this workshop, all of you are teachers. So when we come to a parent-teacher meeting, have you noticed how parents complain about their children and say, Madam, itta lazy hai, ya itta stubborn hai, he doesn't listen. He's so naughty at home, he doesn't listen to anybody only. These are comments that you are saying in front of the child. PTM, the children come with the parents, and you are kind of labeling the children with those words. You're calling them lazy or stubborn or naughty, or, you know, throwing tantrums all the time, or you call them fat, or you call them some other thing which is not very nice, something which is negative. So actually, children don't have a sense of self-image. Every person has an image about their self. I have an image about themselves. I'm super confident. So if somebody says any comment about me, I know what I'm worth. I know who I am. So it doesn't make a difference to me. But when you are a small child, when you have no concept of self-image, when you don't know who you are, then what the other person says about you becomes you. I hope you understand. If I'm a small baby, if I'm a small girl, if I'm a small baby, and I don't know who I am, I don't have any concept, I don't have any image about myself, but somebody is constantly saying that I'm fat. All the time somebody is calling me naughty. All the time somebody is saying I'm weak in studies. All the time somebody is saying I don't pay attention. Then what is going to happen? What somebody else is saying is going to become me. This is the image that this is what I'm going to believe. I'm going to believe I'm fat. I'm going to believe I'm weak in studies. I'm going to believe that I'm naughty. And this is the self-image which children carry for years. And when I'm counseling, doing family counseling, when I'm doing counseling with adults, and I'm not talking about children, when I'm doing it with adults, 30, 40-year-old people, the image that they carry about themselves, the notions, the decisions they make in their life when they are 30, 35 years old are connected to their belief system in their childhood, which is so sad, because as an adult, you don't realize the kind of, the labels that you're using or the vocabulary that you're using around the child. And we don't realize that जो हम बोल रहे हैं, वो बच्चा उस बात को बिलीव भी कर रहा है, इंटरनलाइज कर रहा है, और अपनी इमेज हमारे वर्ड्स के साथ, हम जो वर्ड्स यूज कर रहे हैं वो उससे अपनी इमेज बना रहा है, राइट? सो चिल्ड्रन डोंट रियली हैव एन आइडिया ऑफ सेल्फ, इवन इफ छोटी छोटी चीजें, ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल गर्ल्स के नॉट, जेंडर बायसेस, गर्ल्स ये नहीं करती, गर्ल्स पिंक क्लोथ्स पहनती है, बॉयज बर्तन नहीं धोते, कचरा लड़का नहीं फेंकेगा, लड़की फेंकेगी, ये चीज लड़कियां नहीं उठा सकती, ये सिर्फ बॉयज उठा सकते हैं, बॉयज ये नहीं कर सकते, बॉयज रो नहीं सकते, जो भी ये छोटी छोटी चीज है. इनफैक्ट इवन इफ यू थिंक अबाउट स्टोरीज या ललाबाइज, जो हम गाना गाते हैं ना बच्चों को, वो गाना भी किस तरह अफेक्ट होता है. I remember my daughter telling me that I used to sing a song for her. I used to sing a song, "You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when things go gray." So I used to sing to her every night that you are my sunshine. And I used to call her my sunshine. And of course, 20 साल तो मुझे अब हुए हैं पढ़ाते हुए, मगर जब मैं नई नई माँ बनी थी तो even I was a new teacher, a new mother. Even I did not know. So I did not realize कि मेरी वो lullaby से मेरी बेटी का self image कितना affect हुआ था. तो as she grew up, she told me that those songs जो मैं उसके लिए गाती थी ना, she really believed that she was the sunshine of my life, and which is so great. And I'm so thankful that I used the right songs, I said the right things to her. क्योंकि when you become a mother and you know things first hand, तब हमको realize होता है कि जो हम बातें बोलते हैं वो हमारे बच्चों को कितना affect करती हैं. So her sense of self-confidence and her relationship with me is very, very strong. And at the back of her head, those songs, those words play a very important role. They made a huge impact on her sense of self-worth. And thankfully, in my case, it was good. So when I said, "You are my sunshine," she believed that she was my sunshine. And she always took care of me. And she said, "मैं आपकी sunshine हूँ ना, तो मैं ये problem solve कर दूंगी. You give me a hug, it is going to be okay." So thank God I was able to make a positive impact with them. So as a parent, what can we do to help children raise their self-esteem since they are babies? So I'm a parent or I'm a teacher. So how can I help children to raise their self-esteem? Abhi humne baat kiya कि your self-confidence is directly related to your self-esteem and self-image. So since childhood, since when children are very, very small, we can give the children freedom to explore the world, to do household work. We should allow children to make mistakes. It is very, very important that we allow children to make mistakes. गलती करने पे हमको उनको डांटना नहीं चाहिए, या हमको बहुत बड़ा गुस्सा नहीं करना चाहिए, बहुत बड़ा. We shouldn't make it into a big thing that they've made a mistake. We should allow them to make a mistake and say it's okay. उसने आपका crystal का vase तोड़ दिया, it's okay. The children don't cry because the vase broke. The child cries because they anticipate your anger, right? They anticipate the anger on your face. So it's okay to make mistakes. That's how you learn. When you allow children and give them time to practice and master their skills that they don't have, you are raising their self-confidence and self-esteem. एक example देती हूँ मैं आपको. अगर हम शुरू में किसी छोटे बच्चे से बोलेंगे डस्टिंग करो, तो he is going to take a cloth and probably do इधर इधर किया, थोड़ी जगह छोड़ दिया, थोड़ा किया, थोड़ा छोड़ दिया. तो of course they don't do it properly because they're small, but then you teach them how to do properly. You show them, dust this side and this corner, see here it is left, see this place it is not done, so why don't you do your strokes like this, why don't you wipe like this, clean like this, and make sure it is all covered. Do it under the thing, do it on the side, do it below, do the legs of the table. So when you are slowly teaching the children how to do it and giving them enough time to practice what you are teaching them, then it raises their self-confidence and self-esteem. And when you tell in front of the others, see, आज उसने इतना अच्छा dusting किया, आज उसने इतना अच्छा काम किया, he has done such a beautiful job, or you appreciate him for doing it, then it raises their self-confidence and self-esteem. So it's always a good idea to praise children. Don't overpraise them. Don't do it falsely. ज़्यादा बड़ा चढ़ा के नहीं बोलना चाहिए. इतना बोलना चाहिए जितना what he deserves, right? And I think children should be given freedom to make their own choices also. When the child feels everybody wants control, right? सारा खेल control का है, from being leaders of the country to leaders of the school to leader of the household, whether it is husband or mother-in-law or whether it is parents and children, it is all about control. So the healthy way to do it is that you give children choices so that they feel empowered, they feel that they have a certain amount of control on their lives, they feel that they are able to think and make a choice. जब हम छोटी छोटी चीजों में उनको choice कराना सिखाएंगे and give them some sense of ownership, then they will have the confidence to do the right things with bigger things in life, right? So for example, अगर कोई बच्चा जिद कर रहा है कि मुझे नहीं खाना, मुझे चावल नहीं खाना, मुझे रोटी नहीं खाना, तो हम चॉइस देते हैं बच्चों को. हम ये नहीं कहते ओके मत खाओ, या हम ये नहीं कहना चाहिए कि नहीं तुमको खाना पड़ेगा. Instead, we can give them a choice. We can say, okay, how about eating half roti and only 2 bites of rice? How about eating roti with paneer and then you can have your milk? So you're giving them a choice. Do you want to have half roti with milk, or you want to have half roti with 2 bites of rice? So you are giving them thoda sa, you are giving them a sense of control. Okay, you are giving them a choice. So I think choices are very important and should be given in a structured way to small children so that they feel a kind of ownership with their actions, right? And I think it's also important that you allow the children to face consequences. When things go wrong, when things don't go as they planned, then children need to have that time to face the consequence. Let's take the example of a child walking with a glass of milk or glass whatever. Suppose हमने बच्चे को बोला नहीं नहीं, he'll do it, he will carry the glass, he will put it in the kitchen. And as the child is going near the kitchen, he puts the glass on the counter, but he puts it on the edge of the counter and it falls. ठीक है? अब how are you going to react to it? कभी कभी पेरेंट्स बोलते हैं अरे ये क्या कर दिया, गड़बड़ हो गई, मैं बोल रही थी ना ये गिरा देगी ग्लास को, देना ही नहीं चाहिए इसको ग्लास, स्टील का ग्लास देना चाहिए. This is one way of reacting. Another way of reacting is कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं, I will pick it up, you stay away, you don't do anything, you go in the corner. That is another way of dealing it. There is a third way and a better way of dealing with the situation. And that situation is how you can give them choice to face whatever mess that they have made, allow them to help you to clean it up, allow them to help you to take things away, to put it together, maybe get the broom, or it's glass, so you will not ask them to pick it up, but you can ask them to take a broom, you can help them to show you where the pieces are, you can help them, they can guide you to take all the glass pieces and throw it into the dustbin. So some sort of a consequence. Consequence doesn't mean punishment, okay? Punishment and consequences are two different things. Take ownership of your action. If you have made a mistake and if the glass has broken, you don't have to be punished, but you can do the consequences. You can help clean up, help tidy up, make sure that there is a better way of putting the glass next time. Okay. I've been talking for a long time. Are there any questions? If there are, you can put it in the chat box, or you can put it in the confirmational mail. I hope the flow is okay and everybody is on par. Can I see a few comments in the chat box so that I know everybody is listening? Okay, great. Thank you for your feedback, because it is all one directional no, so it makes you wonder if people are actually following what you're trying to say. So one of the other important things to build self-confidence in children is how we talk to the children, right? As a parent, how am I talking to the child? Am I being respectful to the child? Am I being abusive? Am I using abusive vocabulary? मैं गाली दे के बात कर रही हूँ, प्यार से बात कर रही हूँ, respectfully बात कर रही हूँ, language कौन सी use कर रही हूँ? The kind of language, the way you address a child is very, very important. And of course, you are all teachers. I'm sure you know that children are little monkeys. They imitate everything that you do. They imitate everything that you say. They imitate your gestures. They imitate your body language, right? So the way we talk to a child speaks volumes about their self-image. If you are talking respectfully to a child, it means that for a child in his head, it is directly proportional to I'm worthy of being respected. If you are using abusive vocabulary with a child, if you are scolding him all the time, if you are using bad words or bad language with the child, a lot of people do. And we see it in schools day in and day out. Even if parents are educated, sometimes their language is really not appropriate. So the kind of language that you use with a child makes the child build a self-image about his self-worth, right? आप बोलते नहीं हो, मगर आप उसको ये फील कराते हो कि वो इसी काबिल है, वो इसी लायक है, ठीक है? And that is why people use abusive language, because the victim, the person that they're using it on, they want to put that person in his place, right? इसीलिए तो हम डांटते हैं ना, इसीलिए हम अपना पावर दिखाते हैं कि जो हमारा विक्टिम है, जिसको हम सप्रेस करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, चाहे वो काम करने वाला हो, हमारा एम्प्लॉयर हो, हमारे घर पे काम करने वाले लोग हों, या हमसे कोई छोटा हो, या हमसे स्टेटस में कोई छोटा हो, हमारे ऑफिस में कोई हमसे नीचे हो, तो why do you use that language? We use that language because we want to suppress them. We want to make them know their place and their status, right? So for a child also, it makes a huge impact on their self-worth because it is directly proportional to their identity, right? As the child who is being respected, who's being talked to respectfully, as that child grows up, he has a good self-image and a good sense of self-worth because people have always talked to him respectfully, right? So he knows I am somebody who should be respected. Now think of a child who has always been abused or a child who has always heard abusive vocabulary. What kind of a self-image will that child grow up with? He will grow up feeling very small, feeling very worthless, feeling very tiny, right? And when these children become defensive, when they start defending themselves, तो वो जो feel करते हैं ना, वो उसका opposite दिखाते हैं. तो अगर I feel small, then I'm going to show that I'm big by being a bully. If I'm feeling worthless, then I'm going to show, as you grow up, as you be a teenager, as children grow up, these are the things that happen. Usually the children who are bullying, the children who are fighting, the children who are aggressive, that is their defense mechanism because inside they feel very small and very worthless, right? So how do you make them feel important? How do you make them feel wanted? One of the things is that we have already discussed your vocabulary, the tone that you're talking to the child, the way you're communicating with the child makes them feel loved and wanted. A lot of physical hugs, a lot of attachment, a lot of care. Usually I have seen parents, especially with parents who are working, when you are a teacher or when you are a working woman, आपकी जिंदगी जो है वो क्लॉकवर्क की तरह चलती है, राइट? है ना? सुबह 5 बजे उठो, पूजा करो, नाश्ता करो, स्नान करो, नाश्ता बनाओ, लगाओ, दूसरे लोगों को उठाओ, खिलाओ, काम पे जाओ, जल्दी जल्दी वापस आओ, फिर से खाना बनाओ, फिर से बच्चों का होमवर्क कराओ. There are things that you have to do, then it's bedtime, then you go to bed. So you have a routine. Working women, and even if you're not a working woman, you have a routine. जो working women नहीं होते वो तो और भी, I feel, neglect their child sometimes even more. They go either way. But anyway, what I'm trying to say either way is that parents are generally caught in a wheel. चक्रव्यूह होता है, चक्कर होता है, जिसके अंदर ये करना, ये करना, ये करना, ये करना, ये करना, ये करना है, बच्चों को खाना देना है, बच्चों के कपड़े इस्त्री करना है, बच्चों के लिए करना है, बच्चों को पिक करना है ट्यूशन से, बच्चों को ड्रॉप करना है. You are doing things for the child, but how are you making them feel? Okay. Sometimes when, it's very sad that when you talk to parents of children who have committed suicide, when you talk to parents of children who have done something wrong or have gone to jail, जब आप ऐसे पेरेंट्स से बात करो ना, तो सबसे अफसोस की बात ये होती है कि उन्होंने पूरी जिंदगी जो किया होता है अपने बच्चों के लिए किया होता है. Even I've counseled 1 or 2 parents whose children have committed suicide, and it's so sad that they did what they did without realizing that they don't have any connection with their child, without realizing that they never made the child feel important. They are doing everything for the child. जो कर रहे हैं बच्चों के लिए तो कर रहे हैं ना, मगर हमने उनको कम्युनिकेट नहीं किया, हमने उनको बताया नहीं, हमने उनको फील नहीं करवाया कि they are the center of our lives, right? Another thing, I'll tell you my own example. I have 3 girls, okay? So मेरी जो बीच वाली है, all children are different. So all my 3 daughters are very different. The child in the middle is very sensitive also, and she tests me a lot also. I have noticed that वो मुझे परखने की कोशिश करती है. So sometimes when she's sick, she's going to test me to see whether I'm going to go to school or I'm going to stay at home and take care of her. अलग-अलग बच्चों की अलग-अलग तरीके से you have to tackle them. All children, you cannot behave in the same way. So I, being an educator, maybe I was able to understand that she's testing me, and I didn't go to school. I canceled my meetings. I canceled everything because I could feel that she wants me to make that choice of canceling everything, staying with her. Although she was not fatally sick, she just had a simple fever, but she wanted to feel that मैं important हूँ कि नहीं हूँ, या आपका काम ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. So sometimes children play those tricks, you know, they want to see whether they test you, they want to see whether you will give them importance or you will give, you know, your SAS importance or your work importance or going out importance or a family function important, right? So we have, as a parent, as an adult, we have all these social pressures that come to us from different sides. And I think, again, how we deal with those social pressures, the kind of you know, mechanism that we use to deal with all these issues with our house, with our in-laws, with our society, with our work, with our boss, with our husband, even though it is not directly connected to the child is learning all the techniques. गुस्सा आता है तो ये करते हैं. When you feel hurt, हम ये करते हैं. And it is not directly connected, but it is connected to the child's sense of confidence. Of course, when you give the child importance, which child is not going to feel good, right? And when you feel important, it gives a boost to your confidence, right? So last point in this segment is that the environment that you have created in your house, how is the environment that the child is living in? Again, from experience, from so many years of experience in counseling, it is my, of course, we know it for sure, but it is my personal observation also that the environment of your house makes a huge impact on the learning and the confidence of the child. अगर आपके घर में शांति है, you know, people are happy, it's a happy family, it's a normal family, the confidence of the child is going to be different. But if it is a stressful family, if it is too noisy, there are too many people, there is any kind of abuse or violence, marpitai going on in the house, if it is too crowded, constantly guests are coming in, and it is not just a phase. कोई शादी होती है, कोई फेस्टिवल होता है, कोई फंक्शन होता है, कोई इवेंट होता है, उसमें गेस्ट्स हमारे घर में आते हैं, वो आते हैं, थोड़े दिन के लिए रहते हैं, चले जाते हैं. That's a different thing. But there are some houses in which people are constantly coming in. आज कोई आया, कल कोई आया, परसों कोई आया, it's constantly crowded. It constantly outsiders who are coming in. What happens to children in such houses? Now, again, there are many of you, even me, when I was growing up, I was in my grandfather's house. I used to live with my grandfather and I used to be in his house, and we had a constant flow of guests, but it didn't make any difference to my personality. In fact, I loved it. I loved having guests. I loved having people. I loved having everybody around me. But maybe that's because the sort of person I am. But if you take another child who has a different temperament, a different personality, like my daughter, if you take her, then having too many people taking away that attention, too much noise, having no peace, really puts her down and really makes her feel neglected. So, same situation, children behave differently to the situation according to their temperament and according to their personality types. तो कोई भी चीज का एक उपाय नहीं होता कि वो सबके ऊपर फिट हो जाएगा. ठीक है, बच्चे अलग अलग तरीके के होते हैं, अलग अलग टेम्परमेंट्स के होते हैं, और इसलिए हमको उनको अलग अलग तरीके से डील करना होता है. I'm just checking the chat box. There are a few questions. I will answer them in the end. Okay. Sense of security. I think it is very, very important to build a sense of security in the children. Now, how do we make a child feel secure? And let me tell you that having a sense of security directly connected to the self-confidence of a child. We make children feel secure by giving them physical security, food, shelter, safety. ये तो normal सी बात है ना. जिसके घर में constant खाना आता हो, जिसके सर पे छत हो, और वो वाली छत जो गिरने वाली ना हो, जिसमें से पानी लीक नहीं कर रहा है, सेफ्टी हो, कोई ऐसी जगह ना हो जहाँ पे कॉन्स्टेंटली राइट्स हो या कॉन्स्टेंटली बंद होता रहता है. अगर कोई ऐसी जगह होती है जहाँ पे वॉर का खतरा होता है, या पानी का शॉर्टेज होता है, या खाने का शॉर्टेज होता है, या even if your safety is compromised, it is not always directly, even if it is indirectly in the city, then it does impact the self confidence of children. और अगर वो अपने खुद के घर में हो तब तो बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. ठीक है. For small children especially, sense of security is built by giving them routine. टाइम पे सोना, टाइम पे उठना, ये हमारे पुराने लोग हमेशा बताते हैं, मगर हम लोगों को समझ में नहीं आती ये बात. इसका psychology, when you study psychology, it has a very direct connection to your sense of security, and that is because जो बच्चे को टाइम पे खाना मिलता है उसको मालूम होता है कि मुझे भूख लगेगी तो खाना मिलेगा. जो बच्चे को टाइम पे सोना रूटीन होता है, उस बच्चे को मालूम है कि मुझे नींद आ रही है तो मैं सो जाऊंगी, मुझे अच्छी सी जगह मिलेगी, कंफर्टेबल सेफ स्पेस मिलेगी टू स्लीप. बट चिल्ड्रन हु डोंट हैव अ रूटीन, the parents who don't set routines, no, the children often get upset. They get upset because they don't know खाना मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा. They don't know सोने के लिए कब मिलेगा. They don't know घर कब जाएंगे. They don't know what is going to happen next. So for children, predictable routines which are predictable, मतलब मेरे को मालूम है अब हम ये करेंगे, फिर ये करेंगे, फिर मैं घर जाऊंगी, फिर मैं नहाऊंगी, फिर मैं खाना खाऊंगी, फिर मैं खेलूंगी, फिर मैं सोऊंगी. This is my routine. अगर यही routine में कोई change आया तो बच्चे get upset. So children have a sense of, all children who have routines feel secure, and as a consequence, children with routines feel secure, and the security gives them confidence. So that is a very important factor, especially when you're raising small children. Actually, I will say now my girls have grown up and they are teenagers, and I have seen hundreds and thousands of children in my experience. I will say that routines make even teenagers feel comfortable. Boundaries and ground rules make even teenagers feel comfortable. Setting firm and consistent ground rules. Consistent is the key. For example, एक मैं आपको example देती हूँ. अगर हम टीवी के सामने बैठ के बच्चे खाना खा रहे हैं तो हम लोग अक्सर घरों में बोलते हैं, don't sit in front of the TV and eat your food. Sit on the dining table, eat properly. Sit with everybody and eat. मगर अगर हम काम करते हैं, बिजी हैं, घर में चीजें हो रही हैं, तो आज हमने कल खाया, आज हमने मना किया, कल हम बिजी हैं, हमारी क्लास है, we are inside, we are not maintaining the same routine. Child goes in front of the TV and eats. So you are not consistent with what you are saying. It is very important to set ground rules at home and to be very consistent with these ground rules. Okay. When you are consistent, it gives the child a firm boundary कि ये हमारी लिमिट है, ये हमको अलाउड है और ये हमको अलाउड नहीं है. Sometimes there are different types of children. So कोई बच्चे जो हैं अपनी boundaries को test करने की कोशिश करते हैं. They want to see how much you are going to stretch the boundary. Actually, they don't want to break the rule, but they want to see how much you will stretch with the rule. So that is also something that you need to be aware of. And in my experience of 22 years, I can tell you very confidently that children who have set ground rules and firm boundaries are very, very confident. Okay? Again, rewards and consequences must be consistent. Okay? And they should be true. Often I have seen people making false promises with the children. तुम ये करो मैं तुमको ये दिलाऊंगी, मगर जब वो हो जाता है तो बोलेंगे नहीं नहीं आज पैसे नहीं है, आज नहीं, मैं तो मजाक कर रही थी, कल दिलाऊंगी. That's not nice. If you have promised something, you should keep your word, right? When we keep our word, the children trust us. Again, the trust is linked to security, and security is linked to self-confidence. One other way to keep confidence of children is every new situation or an unusual situation, you should prepare them for it. For example, even in this pandemic, you must have noticed that ECA, Early Childhood Association, must have given you, you must have also seen storybooks about pandemic, about coronavirus. ये सब क्या है? Through stories, we are trying to make sense of this unusual situation that we are all in. So it is a good idea to prepare the children for a new situation. So for example, you have small children and you are going to your mother's house. Okay, the routine is going to change, travel is going to change, rules are going to change, house is going to change, habits are going to change. अब आपकी मम्मी के घर में वैसा तो नहीं होगा ना जैसा आपके घर में होता है, आपके ससुराल में होता है. तो आप जब even if you're going for a holiday, you're going for 10-15 days, you prepare the children of what is going to happen, where they are going to go. बच्चे इतने सारे सवाल पूछते ना, हम irritate हो जाते हैं. हमको irritate नहीं होना चाहिए, हमको उनको explain करना चाहिए कि what is it that they are going to expect. वहाँ कैसा रहेगा, वहाँ क्या करना होगा, कैसा बिहेव करना है, कैसा बोलना है, कैसा रहना है, सब वहाँ के लोगों के हैबिट्स क्या है. Just general, have a talk with the child so that he is prepared for that unusual situation, for the different situation, and that is going to give him a lot of confidence when he goes to meet new people. Because even if he has never seen his mama before, even if he has never seen his nani or his masi before, he is going to be mentally prepared to meet new people and to adjust in new circumstances. Okay. Another thing for building a strong, self-confident children is developing trust. Okay. I've mentioned it before. जो adult और छोटे बच्चों के बीच में जो trust होता है ना, even if it is not छोटे बच्चे, even if it is teenagers, even if it is slightly older children, the trust that they have with the adults gives them huge confidence. So I have, again, my daughter is in university also, और छोटी वाली is in school also. तो मैं अपने बच्चों में भी देखती हूँ, मैं दूसरे दोस्तों के बच्चों में भी देखती हूँ कि जिन मदर्स का अपने बच्चों के साथ ट्रस्ट का रिलेशनशिप नहीं होता ना, जहाँ वो अपने या तो अपने बच्चों को ट्रस्ट नहीं करते, या children don't know what is going on in the lives of their parents. They don't know whether मम्मी ये करेगी कि नहीं करेगी, उनको यकीन नहीं होता किसी चीज का. तो we have all often seen that children lose confidence, especially when they move away from your house. ठीक है? Again, everything doesn't apply to all the children, but this is a general overview because some children have very strong personalities and are very resilient. एक टर्म यूज होती है न्यूरोसाइंस में, I've studied neuroscience and brain development, तो उसमें एक term use होती है, orchid children and dandelion children. Orchid person and dandelion person. Dandelions are wild flowers. They grow anywhere. उनको पानी मिले, हवा तेज चले, कम पानी मिले, ज्यादा पानी मिले, खाना बराबर नहीं मिले, धूप जितनी भी मिले, वो डैंडिलाइंस जो हैं वो रेजिस्टेंट एंड हार्डी होते हैं, वो हर जगह ग्रो कर जाते हैं, पूरा खेत भरा हुआ होगा डैंडिलाइन से. बट देयर इज अनदर फ्लावर, इट इज द ऑर्किड. The orchid is a very sensitive flower. It needs the right kind of temperature, the right kind of moisture, the right kind of nurturing, the right kind of environment to grow and to bloom. मगर जब वो ऑर्किड का फ्लावर निकलता है ना, तो वो इतना ब्यूटीफुल फ्लावर होता है कि वो सारे दूसरे फ्लावर्स उसके सामने फीके पड़ जाते हैं. तो चिल्ड्रन भी ऑर्किड चिल्ड्रन होते हैं या डैंडिलाइन चिल्ड्रन होते हैं. थोड़े चिल्ड्रन, डैंडिलाइन चिल्ड्रन ऐसे होते हैं जो तुम कहीं भी किसी भी सिचुएशन में डाल दो, उनको उनके मतलब का मिल गया तो everything is good. But there are some children who are orchid children, who are sensitive, who have very strong needs which need to be fulfilled. और अगर इन बच्चों को वो उस sensitively हैंडल नहीं किया गया तो ये बच्चे फिर गलत ट्रैक पर चले जाते हैं. तो जस्ट अ लिटिल एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन आई हैव गिवन यू so that you understand के developing a sense of trust and security is very important in building confident children. One of the things that parents do is they compare children. तूने अपनी बुआ के बेटे को देखा, उसको कितने मार्क्स मिले, तेरे मार्क्स देख, राहुल के मार्क्स देख, अजय को मालूम कितना अच्छा उसको टॉप प्राइज मिला है, उसने ट्रॉफी जीती है, तुम तो कुछ करते ही नहीं हो. These kind of remarks, when we compare children with neighbors, with friends, with others, relatives, or especially in a joint family, if you're living in a joint family and you're constantly comparing children, it really puts their self-esteem down. So every child is different, every child is unique, every child has got some qualities in him which are different from other children. Help your child to discover these qualities. Help your child to know where he stands. Focus on your child's strengths, okay? Don't give importance and make a big deal about other people. Don't put your child down in front of others, especially in front of others, okay? All children are capable. I'm sure you are all teachers. All of you know about multiple intelligence. All of you know that every child has got all the 7 intelligences, 8 intelligences, and some people have something more, something less, but it is only with practice, it is only with repetition, it is only with exposure and experiences that you can increase your intelligence level in different areas. So हम सब के अंदर सारे intelligences होते हैं, हम लोग सब कुछ, सबके अंदर potential होता है करने का, मगर कौन सी चीज में हम कितना exposure दे रहे हैं, हम कितना experience की opportunity दे रहे हैं, हम कितनी practice करने की opportunity दे रहे हैं, ये उसके ऊपर निर्भर होता है कि उसका intelligence कौन सा आप कितना increase कर रहे हो, ठीक है? So please don't compare your children because that really puts their confidence level down. Empower your child. Listen to your child's problems. Don't solve it for them. Okay? If they ask you, suggest solutions. हमेशा solutions जब बच्चा आपसे solution मांगे, खुद से solution देने की जरूरत नहीं है. Allow them to take responsibility for their actions, and पेरेंट्स के लिए भी, अडल्ट्स के लिए भी और बच्चों के लिए भी सेम रूल होना चाहिए, ठीक है? अगर प्लेट धो के बच्चों को अपनी रखनी है तो फादर्स को भी अपनी प्लेट धो के रखना चाहिए. ये बच्चों के लिए थोड़ी रूल है कि खाना खाने के बाद प्लेट धो के अपनी रखो, मगर फादर के लिए द मदर इज गोइंग टू वॉश द डिश. दैट्स नॉट राइट. So the rules should be same for adults and for children, right? And it is good to give criticism, but give constructive criticism. Tell children gently what went wrong, what they can do better, and झूठी तारीफ मत करिए बच्चों की. Don't give them excess false praise. Okay, don't false praise them, but you can gently criticize. ये भी मत करिए, ये भी मत करिए. Take a balance, keep a balance between what you're going to do. Okay, so empower your child, allow your child to when we empower them, when we listen to them, when we allow them to take decisions, when we allow them to think, when we allow them to take responsibility, when we allow them to face the consequences, they automatically turn into very confident children. Confident people of the 22nd century have got a high sense of self-worth. तो जो actually अगली जो century होगी ना, जिसमें हमारे बच्चे बड़े होके रीच करेंगे, उसमें कोई चीज काम नहीं आने वाली, उसमें कॉन्फिडेंस काम आने वाला है. और ये कॉन्फिडेंस इंक्रीज होता है सेल्फ वर्थ, सेल्फ एस्टीम से, सोशल इमोशनल मैनेजमेंट स्किल से. हमको अपने इमोशंस को मैनेज करना आना चाहिए. ये बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है, इसमें मैं डिटेल में नहीं जा सकती. मैं सिर्फ इतना कहूंगी कि वी नीड टू टीच आवर चिल्ड्रन कोपिंग स्किल्स. जेलसी सब में होती है, उस जेलसी को मैनेज कैसे करना है. गुस्सा सबको आता है, वो गुस्से को मैनेज कैसे करना है. डर सबको लगता है, उस डर को मैनेज कैसे करना है. सो social and emotional management skills is extremely important for making confident children. Confident children should be able to deal with failure and with rejection. I think एक और बहुत बड़ी चीज ये होती है कि हम अपने बच्चों को इतना प्रोटेक्ट कर देते हैं, इतना उनको पैम्पर कर देते हैं कि वो लोग कभी ना नहीं सुनते, वो लोग कभी रिजेक्शन नहीं फेस करते, वो उनकी हम हर गलती को कवर अप करना शुरू कर देते हैं. तो दैट्स अ बिग प्रॉब्लम. देन द चाइल्ड इज नॉट कॉन्फिडेंट, ही इज ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट, एंड ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस इज वेरी डेंजरस. सो प्लीज अलाउ योर चाइल्ड टू डील विद फेलियर एंड रिजेक्शन. मेक श्योर दैट योर चिल्ड्रन हैव गुड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. बात करना आना चाहिए. Communication in language, especially if it is English, is very important, because again मैंने टीचर्स के अंदर, मदर्स के अंदर बहुत देखा है कि जब उन लोगों को इंग्लिश बात करना नहीं आता तो उनका कॉन्फिडेंस होता है जीरो. हालांकि आपकी नॉलेज से, आपकी पर्सनालिटी से इंग्लिश का कोई कंपैरिजन नहीं है. यू आर हु यू आर, यू हैव योर सेट ऑफ स्किल्स. It doesn't matter whether you know English or not. मगर मैंने देखा है कि जब लोगों को कम्युनिकेट करना नहीं आता, जब उनको बात करना नहीं आता, जब उनको इंग्लिश बात करना नहीं आता, तो उनका कॉन्फिडेंस डाउन होता है. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ फोकसिंग ऑन इंग्लिश, यू कैन, बट इवन इफ यू डोंट फोकस ऑन इंग्लिश, फोकस ऑन गुड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है. Make sure that you teach children to build strong relationships. क्योंकि जब हमारे ताल्लुकात लोगों से अच्छे होते हैं, हमारी relationships अच्छी होती हैं, तो हम automatically confident होते हैं. For example, अब I'm a school leader. I have many teachers under me. I have many workers, many auxiliary staff, helping staff, admin staff, right? तो अगर मेरे relationship मेरे स्कूल के कॉलीग्स के साथ अच्छे नहीं होंगे, तो हाउ कैन आई बी कॉन्फिडेंट अबाउट माई वर्क स्पेस? आई कैन नॉट. अगर मैं ताल्लुकात खराब करके भी कॉन्फिडेंट हूं तो गलत कॉन्फिडेंस है, बिकॉज एनी टाइम थिंग्स विल टर्न, राइट? तो यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट यू हैव गुड स्ट्रॉन्ग वैल्यूज एंड गुड रिलेशनशिप्स विद पीपल, बिकॉज दैट इज गोइंग टू give you the right kind of confidence. And I think kahin na kahin your spirituality and your belief in the higher power gives you a different kind of confidence. Again, balance rakhne ki zarurat hoti hai. Over confident hona bhi alag cheez hoti hai, but your spirituality, your beliefs, your strong beliefs in goodness, in doing good, in humanity, in people, I think gives a boost to your confidence. Pooja, how much time do we have?
We can go ahead with 2-3 minutes more.
15?
Yeah, 15.
Okay, I'm almost done, and then we can have question and answers. Okay, so you can note down the question and answers. Okay, another thing that I would like to point out is that you can train your child's brain. तो जिस तरह हम चीजों की ट्रेनिंग करते हैं ना, हैंड राइटिंग की प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, ट्रेनिंग करते हैं, उस तरह हम कॉन्फिडेंस की भी ट्रेनिंग कर सकते हैं. तो आप कॉन्स्टेंटली थिंक ऑफ योर ब्रेन एज अ मसल, थिंक ऑफ इट एज अ सर्किट विद लॉट्स ऑफ वायर्स. जो कनेक्शन हम स्ट्रेंथन करेंगे, जो आइडिया हम बार बार रिपीट करेंगे, वही आइडिया स्ट्रॉन्ग हो जाएगा और परमानेंट हो जाएगा. तो अगर हम कॉन्फिडेंट पॉजिटिव बातें, पॉजिटिव इंकरेजमेंट वोकैबुलरी बच्चों के साथ यूज करें, if we encourage them, if we motivate them, if we tell them constantly that you can do it, try it, कोई बात नहीं गलती हुई तो, it's okay, I'll help you, it doesn't matter if you do it wrong, we'll do it again. Constantly, if these kind of statements are told to the brain day in and day out, then slowly these connections join, become strong, and they form a pattern. They form a behavior pattern. That muscles, that memory, that strip of connection becomes very, very strong. So confidence, if your child is not confident, अगर आपके बच्चे डरपोक हैं, अगर आपके बच्चों के अंदर बिल्कुल कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, तो आप परेशान मत होइए और आप उनको उनके हाल पे छोड़िए भी नहीं. थोड़ा थोड़ा, धीरे धीरे, every day, one step at a time, you can ensure that you make your child confidence. And please always remember that it's not a one day thing. एक दिन आपने बोल दिया तो confident नहीं हो जाएगा, right? It has to be a continuous effort for 5, 6 years, 7 years to form that circuit in your mind, right? So you can actually train your brain to be self-confident. These are also a few more tips for parents. I think when you are doing a goal, जैसे for example, another example, अब मैं अपना ही example दे सकती हूँ क्योंकि आप लोग तो बात नहीं कर सकते. मेरी छोटी वाली बेटी जो है, बीच वाली बेटी जो है, वो she wasn't very good at math, right? So उसको बहुत self confidence उसका down होता था because she thought that she was a failure and she couldn't do math. तो अब अगर मैं उससे कहूँ कि मुझे ये पूरा चैप्टर करके दिखाओ, हम आज ये पूरा चैप्टर रिवाइज करेंगे, it's not possible for children like her, right? So we have to make small, realistic, achievable goals. Because मुझे मालूम है कि उसको मैथ्स अच्छा नहीं लगता, वो मैथ्स में वीक है, उसके अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, तो मैं पूरा चैप्टर एक दिन में उसके साथ नहीं कर सकती. तो I have to sit down and do one exercise and let that be my target for the day. हम इतना करेंगे, हम आज इतना सीखेंगे, and सिर्फ इतना सीखेंगे. It's a small goal, it's a realistic goal, and when they are able to do it, they have a sense of achievement which increases their confidence for the next day. इसी तरह चाहे आप प्लेग्राउंड में जाओ, चाहे आप शुरू में होता है ना कि जब बच्चे स्लाइड्स के ऊपर जाते हैं तो they are scared, they don't want to climb, डरते हैं, रोते हैं कि नहीं ऊपर नहीं जाना, वहां से नीचे नहीं आना. तो you don't have to push them to do things that they don't like because we all want our children to be perfect, no? So you make things small, you make it achievable, so that they have a strong sense of belief that they can do it and they will achieve and become confident. So train your child to keep trying and not to give up. Teach children coping skills. जो मैंने बोला ना, social emotional skills में coping skills बच्चों को सिखाओ. कि कोई चीज गलत हो गई तो उससे डील कैसे करते हैं, किसी ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया उसे डील कैसे करते हैं, किसी ने कुछ बुरा बोल दिया उसे हैंडल कैसे करते हैं। अब सब लोग तो आपके बच्चे को प्रिंसेस नहीं समझेंगे ना आपके वैसा, तो समटाइम्स पीपल कैन बी मीन, दे कैन बी रूड। अब हम हर एक से जाके लड़ भी नहीं सकते, तुमने हमारी बेटी को क्यों कहा, तुमने मेरे बेटे को ऐसा क्यों बोला। Instead, we need to teach our children how to deal with negativity, how to deal with negative comments, hurtful things, painful things. This is all a part of life. ठीक है? Keep your child away from negative thoughts and negative environments as much as possible. जो हो सकता है उससे आप उसको दूर रखिए, जो नहीं हो सकता, सपोज घर में कोई है जो कॉन्स्टेंटली उसको नेगेटिव कमेंट्स बोलते जा रहा है, अब आप घर तो चेंज नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि आपको उनके साथ ही रहना है, तो और आप उनको समझाए बाद भी वो बड़ा इंसान चेंज नहीं हो रहा क्योंकि वो नहीं हो सकता चेंज, तो आप अपने बच्चे को सिखाइए कि वो नेगेटिविटी को अपने आप से दूर कैसे रखे। ठीक है, दैट इज अ बेटर स्ट्रेटेजी टू यूज। Give constructive criticism to your children. Help children to discover their qualities and to be okay with differences. वैशाली 100 meters तक जंप कर सकती है, मैं नहीं कर सकती, it's okay. She can jump, I cannot, it's okay. उसके बाल बहुत लंबे हैं, बहुत सुंदर हैं, मेरे बाल छोटे छोटे से हैं, पतले पतले से हैं, it's okay. She is very beautiful, she's very fair, she's very beautiful. I am dark, I'm not nice, my eyes are not nice, my smile is not nice, मेरे दांत निकले हुए हैं, it's okay. I'm different, she's different. She has different qualities, I have different qualities. So I think it's parents' responsibility to make sure that the child discovers their qualities and are okay with differences. Children have different personalities, ये मैं पहले भी बोल चुकी हूँ, and temperaments. So हमको हर बच्चे के साथ अलग strategy यूज करनी चाहिए। एक लास्ट चीज मैं बोलना चाहूंगी कि beware of over parenting. एक चीज होती है ignorant parents जो अपने बच्चों को neglect करते हैं, उनका ख्याल नहीं रखते, उनका ध्यान नहीं रखते, उनको पता ही नहीं होता उनके बच्चों की जिंदगी में क्या हो रहा है, वो जो चक्कर में फंसे हुए होते हैं, थोड़े उस स्टाइल के पेरेंट्स होते हैं। और थोड़े 100% 180 डिग्रीज ऑपोजिट पेरेंट्स होते हैं, एंड दे आर हेलीकॉप्टर पेरेंट्स, दे माइक्रो मैनेज एवरीथिंग, कौन से स्कूल में जाएगा, कौन सी टीचर के साथ पढ़ेगा, परफेक्ट बनना चाहिए, मेरे बच्चे को क्रिकेट भी आना चाहिए, मेरे बच्चे को फुटबॉल भी आना चाहिए, मेरे बच्चे को टेबल टेनिस भी आना चाहिए, स्पेल बी में भी पार्ट लेना चाहिए, उसको एलिक्यूशन में भी जाना चाहिए, उसको ड्रामा में भी जाना चाहिए। यू वॉन्ट योर चाइल्ड, यू आर प्लानिंग एवरीथिंग फॉर योर चाइल्ड, कौन से कॉलेज में जाएगा, उसके लिए इतना इंश्योरेंस फंड करके रखा हुआ है क्योंकि हमको उसको यही भेजना है, हमको उसको यही कराना है, हमको उसको यही कंपटीशन में करवाना है, उसको यही एग्जाम देना है। तो यू हैव टू मेनी एक्सपेक्टेशंस फ्रॉम द चाइल्ड एंड यू आर कॉन्स्टेंटली, ये जो ओवर पेरेंटिंग होती है ना, ये जो ओवर एंथुजियास्टिक पेरेंट्स होते हैं, ये अपने बच्चों को कांस्टेंट मोटिवेट करते हैं, पुश करते हैं, रिवॉर्ड देते हैं, पनिश करते हैं, ताकि इनके बच्चे बेस्ट बन सके। फर्स्ट आना चाहिए बस बच्चों को, they have to come first, they have to be the best, they have to be perfect. आप याद रखिए कि जब हम अपने बच्चों को इस तरह पुश करते हैं ना, बच्चों का सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस हाई की जगह लो होने लगता है, क्योंकि उनको वो कंपटीशन की फिक्र नहीं होती, उनको आपकी फिक्र होती है। Their sense of self-worth is directly linked to the expression on your face. आपकी यूं हुई कि आप यूं हो गए, कि आपने यूं कर दिया, कि आपने ऐसे कर दिया, आपके एक्सप्रेशंस पर उस बच्चे का सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस डिपेंडेंट है, उसका सेल्फ वर्थ, उसकी अपनी इमेज, सब कुछ आपके चेहरे से कनेक्टेड है। आप मुंह से कुछ भी बोलो, मगर अगर आपकी आंखों में उसने देख लिया, अगर आपके एक्सप्रेशन में उसने देख लिया, तो दैट इज गोइंग टू किल हिम। एंड फॉर अ चाइल्ड, they are constantly trying, but they feel that they are never good enough, and that is a very dangerous space to be in. ठीक है? So I'm requesting all teachers and all parents to let children be, let them, give them free play time. और ये मैं सिर्फ छोटे बच्चों के लिए नहीं कह रही हूँ. एक और हमारे देश में बहुत बुरी बात है, हमारी जितनी प्ले एक्टिविटीज होती है ना, जितना फ्री टाइम होता है, प्ले टाइम होता है, रोल प्ले होता है, शो एंड टेल होता है, स्टोरी टेलिंग होता है, वो सब प्री प्राइमरी के लिए होता है. जब बच्चे फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड ग्रेड में आ जाते हैं ना, तो वो बड़े हो जाते हैं ऑटोमेटिकली. वी थिंक दैट दे आर बिग किड्स. दे डोंट नीड स्टोरी टेलिंग, दे डोंट नीड प्ले टाइम, दे डोंट नीड रोल प्ले. क्या करेंगे, अब तो वो बड़े हो, सारी एक्टिविटीज आर फॉर प्री प्राइमरी किड्स. This is wrong. As an educator, I'm telling you, this is really wrong. Even teenagers need story time. Even teenagers need play time. Even teenagers need field trips, exposures, outings. बच्चों को, ये सारे बच्चों को चाहिए होता है. Even when they are 14, 15 years old, they need the same things that a toddler needs. Okay, so allow your children to meet people, to make friends, allow them to make mistakes and make blunders, help them to socialize and deal with all kinds of people. And after you have taught them, you should go back and you should trust them to make the good choice and to make the right choice. And it's only when you trust them to make the right choice will you help your child to be confident. So I hope I have given you all that you need to know, and I've covered everything. I tried to cover all aspects in a general way. If you have questions, I'll be very happy to answer them.
And there is one question in the QA box. It is
Sorry?
Pooja, your voice is not clear.
My voice is not clear.
No, I can't hear you.
Is it audible now?
No, it's cracking. Let me read out the question from the question answer. So Asma, Abdul is asking how to encourage a shy toddler to speak freely to her teacher.
टॉडलर की अगर हम बात करें तो ज्यादा encourage मत करिए. मतलब if we are talking about toddlers, then give them that space to develop that relationship and to develop that bond. Okay,
Yeah.
हम लोग चाहते हैं कि हमारे बच्चे स्कूल आते ही टीचर से भी दोस्ती कर ले, दूसरे बच्चों से भी दोस्ती कर ले, एडजस्ट भी हो जाए. You know, we want everything to happen at once. So when we are especially talking about toddlers and infants, I think we should give them time, and they will not be, they are shy because they don't know the teacher and she's a stranger and he doesn't have a bond with her. When the teacher forms a bond with the child, automatically the shyness will disappear. So give your child time. It takes time for children to build relationships and to trust adults, basically to trust adults.
Very well answered, Asma, very well. There's one question in the chat box. How to encourage them to play role in subject-based activities? I think this question is similar to what you answered, but I think you'll have to go in little detail, Asma.
हाँ, देखिए रोल प्ले सब्जेक्ट बेस्ड एक्टिविटीज में बहुत तरीके से हो सकता है. इंग्लिश का तो आप सबको मालूम होगा, मैं आपको ज्योग्राफी का बता रही हूँ, या हिस्ट्री भी. आई एम श्योर यू ऑल नो the way we do history in school is we enact a lot of the events that happened in history. तो हम उसकी एक्टिंग करते हैं. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल ज्योग्राफी में भी हम लोग ये करते हैं. एक और चीज है, जब हम रोल प्ले बोलते हैं ना, तो हम इमीडिएटली हमारा ब्रेन इस तरह वायर हुआ हुआ है कि वी गो टू एक्टिंग एंड वी गो टू ड्रामा. बट एक्चुअली the idea behind subject based activities and role plays movement. It is not really drama or play. So if you are making, for example, if you're teaching geography, I can think of one example that we've done with children. For example, you draw the map of India on the floor. Okay? You draw the map of India and you get the children to, different children to go into the center and say, okay, you are in Madurai, how will you go to Bhopal? You are in Leh, how will you come to Gujarat? So the child has to think, figure directions, एंड डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप्स पे भी डिपेंड करता है कि आप, तो ये बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक है, इसके लिए एक और सेपरेट सेशन रखना पड़ेगा, मगर ये डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप्स पे डिपेंड करता है, ये डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज और कंटेंट पे डिपेंड करता है, मगर आप सब्जेक्ट बेस्ड कर सकते हैं। और इवन इफ इट इज मैथ, समथिंग लाइक मैथ, यू कैन टर्न वर्ड प्रॉब्लम्स इनटू रियल स्टोरी सीन्स, है ना। आप वर्ड प्रॉब्लम, व्हाट इज अ वर्ड प्रॉब्लम? वर्ड प्रॉब्लम इज नथिंग बट a short description of a story. So actually the problem with word problems is that पूरा खेल vocabulary का और communication skills का होता है. तो if your language is not strong, you will not be able to do word problems. So whether it is math or geography, your language has to be strong. And there are many different ideas to do it with different subjects. I hope I've answered your question.
Very well answered, Asma. Before everybody, I mean, the host, thank you officially. Let me tell you that the session was indeed a wonderful and a fantastic session. I myself am a parent and I got answers to many questions, you know, because we keep hearing them every day. But when it comes from the expert's mouth, you know, with examples, it really lays a lot of impact. So, Asma, thank you so much, first of all, for
Most
being
welcome.
on the show and taking this wonderful session and guiding us all through. So thank you. And over to you, Jalpa.
Yes, thank you so much, Pooja ma'am. अस्मा मैम ने बहुत अच्छे से समझाया, बहुत अच्छे से पॉइंट्स कवर किए कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्टअप करने के लिए। बिहेवियर, एनवायरनमेंट, सेंस ऑफ सिक्योरिटी, ट्रस्ट, listen to the children, empower them, and don't compare, over parenting, over pampering। बहुत अच्छे से ये सब पॉइंट्स अस्मा मैम ने कवर किए, और इससे सब टीचर्स और सब पेरेंट्स को, मैं एक टीचर भी हूँ और पेरेंट भी हूँ, तो हमें भी बहुत कुछ इसमें से सीखने को मिला है मैम। सो थैंक यू सो मच अस्मा मैम, एंड थैंक यू सो मच पूजा मैम for giving us your valuable time. Thank you one and all.